Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back, my dear and esteemed students, to the third part of our lesson. Now let's do the exercises which are in our workbooks. Practice number B. Underline the words and phrases in text number 1 which tell us the following. Number 1. The man was asleep. Number 2. The man is in a hot country. 3. The man is expecting danger. And 4. It's early morning. Here we have some references to these sentences or clauses, so we can do them clearly. Number 1. The man was asleep. Why? Because there is a sound. A sound woke him. There is a sound which woke him. And this is mentioned in line number 1. Number 2. The man is in a hot country. The fan in line number 3. And the mosquito net in lines 3 and 4. So here we can guess that he is in a hot country. Number 3. The man is expecting danger. He took the gun from the cabinet drawer in line number 4. Number 4. It's early morning, because in the 8th line we can find the dawn light. Yeah. Now practice number C. Underline the words in text number 2 on course book, page number 55, that mean the following. Number 1. A building where old, disabled or ill people live when they need professional care. Home, yeah. Number 2. Die. Die means pass away. 3. Not sure or uncertain. Doubtful. Doubtful. Number 4. The end of the day, when it's getting dark. Nightfall. Nightfall, yeah. Number 5. Permission to be absent from work. This permission is called leave. Number 6. Say no to a request from someone. To say no to a request from someone. To reject or to refuse. Here are the answers, my students, in front of you. Number 1 is home. 2. Pass away. 3. Doubtful. 4. Nightfall. 5. Leave. And number 6. Refuse. Let's do practice number D now. Read the statements about the narrator of text number 2. Tick the ones you agree with and compare with a partner explaining your answers. Number 1, the first sentence. He is not surprised that his mother is dead. Yes, it's true. And I agree with this sentence. Number 2, he is an emotional person. No, I don't agree with this sentence. It's wrong, in my opinion. Number 3, he is an organized person. Yes, It's true in my opinion. I agree with this sentence. Number 4. He is optimistic. No, at all. He is not optimistic in my opinion, so I don't agree with this sentence. Number 5. He has a good relationship with his employer. No, I don't agree with this sentence. He doesn't have a good relationship with his employer. And number 6, he worries about what other people think. Yes. Yeah, I agree with this sentence. So here I agree with number 1, number 3, and number 6. And the other sentences I don't agree with them. And here are the answers in front of you, my students. Yeah, number 1. He is not surprised that his mother is dead. Yeah, it's true. Why? Because he said, or he states, let's say, mother died today, as if it was something he was expecting. Number 2. He is an emotional person. No, he doesn't express emotions and seems more interested in planning his journey to the funeral. Number 3. He is an organized person. Yeah, because he works out the journey details and the time off work very quickly, even though his mother has just died. Number 4. He is optimistic. No, he seems to expect his employer to say no to his request. So he is pessimistic, not optimistic. Number 5. He has a good relationship with his employer. No, his employer seems annoyed. And number 6. He worries about what other people think. Yeah, he worries about whether his employer is annoyed and whether he blames the narrator for taking time off work. Now, after doing this exercise, let's move to exercise number F. I mean the last one. Number F says, discuss these questions in pairs. Number 1. Are texts 1 and 2 good beginnings for a novel? Why or why not? Number 2. Which one makes you want to continue reading the most? 3. How do you decide whether to start reading a book? Do you read any parts of the book to help you decide? And finally, how does the type of narrator, the third person in text number 1, he raised himself, and the first person in text number 2, I can't be sure, change the style of the text? Here are the answers, or we can say possible answers. So the answers to the first 2 questions are text 1 and 2 good beginnings for or of a novel. Yes, they are good beginnings. Why? Because they both capture the reader's attention and make him or her want to read more. Which one makes you want to continue reading the most? And text 1 does this by making us interested in the action, focusing on every little thing the main character does, almost as if it was a sense of slow motion, or a scene in slow motion. The language in text number 2 also appeals to our senses, sight and especially sound, so it's very dramatic. The sense of danger in text number 1 is very strong. as well as mentioning a gun. The writer even uses the word did. And there is an element of suspense at the end of the paragraph which makes us want to continue reading. And next, number 2, or text number 2, intrigues the reader in a different way because it tells us all the narrator's thoughts and makes us want to understand him. His behavior after the death of his mother is a little strange, and there are a lot of questions which we need to read to find the answers to, like, why did she die? Why does the narrator seem so calm? And what will happen on his journey? The third and fourth questions were: how do you decide whether to start reading a book? Do you read any parts of the book to help you decide? Yeah. Here, the students may read the blurb on the back of the book, and the beginning or the ending. Therefore, how does the type of narrator, the third person text number 1 and the first person text number 2? The third person style focuses on action and allows the writer to describe more of the setting of the book. And the first person style is more personal and makes it easier to identify with the main character. Now, reaching at this point, my students, we can end up this lesson by its 3 parts. Part number 1, number 2, and this part, part number 3. So eventually, I want to say to everybody of you, thank you for listening to these 3 parts, and finally, goodbye.